2252. Good luck. Where's that spin? It is. We've not played before. There's no head-to-head score. I don't have a set opening against d4. I tend to mix it up, but normally this, and castle, that sort of concept. Let's go e6 first. Do I go c5 and see if he pushes? No, let's go d5. It's a good principal move, just challenge for the centre. Oh, he takes. So we're pretty much going to have to play c6 then. I think I can develop the bishop first though. We'll look for c6 and we'll just look to castle. So now we need to try and get a little bit of a plan. I'm wondering whether I dare strike out with c5 and basically just sack a pawn. But we've got a chance to give us both isolated pawns. Knight comes behind. I can push a pawn here, but I don't think I need to just yet. There is a little line though, isn't there, where you take, queen here. That's right, so is knight up is the move, c6. That's right, and then you can blunder a pawn. Let's go c6. There's a line there, takes, queen down, and you win the pawn here. So now I will push up. Okay. So now I'm going to develop the knight, but I'm still going to try and play c4, I think, here. He's playing it very quick, isn't he? Very quick. How do I do this? Let's play a rook across and maybe bring the knight back. Okay. I really want to push, but I don't think it's quite on, so I'll protect this square with this knight and free this one up. Again, I could sack a pawn, but I don't think it's on. I'm going to go here and see if he plays f3. Then I can always drop back, and he has. But I think I can come back this way now, right? Because I've got a knight here. Okay, so he's launched in the center immediately. Now, I don't know if I can afford to take or not take. Here, dangerous. I'm going to come back here anywhere. I think I kind of have to take there, and then I'll have to drop back. I could take here, but I don't think I should. Yeah. Well, if I come back now, he's got knight forward. Oops, I missed that. This game's gone a little bit wrong, hasn't it? I'm going to play knight forward then and threaten to jump in and hit everything. We hit the bishop as well, so he could take the bishop and we'll get our queen developed. But my opponent is really strong in the theory here, how quickly he's played all this as well. He really knows what he's doing. Yeah, he's not had to think on any move, has he? No thinks at all. So he's played bishop back, so we've got the option to take. But he's covered this, so maybe we've got bishop here as well and threaten this again anyhow. Then what does he do? Say he moves the queen, we'd still have knight in, and we trade the bishop. I think bishop looks a move here. We're threatening to take and pin the rook as well. And we're threatening just the simple knight in to hit the 3 pieces. But I could be blundering, of course. And I'm playing someone, like I say, who seems to really know the theory very well here. But the threat, basic threat is takes, and bishop in to pin the rook. Or just knight in immediately to hit the queen, the rook and the rook. So that's the threat, either knight here or knight take. They're the two kind of half threats. Oh, excuse me. Got the cursor off the board, so there's no accidental slips. And I've got the knight here, so I can play bishop back and I can cover this square. But equally, there is a potential weakness here coming. So we might end up at some point having to put the rook back here. Obviously, it's why he's opened the file up, but yeah, that's the threat, knight here or knight here. So that's what we're looking at. So what's he got in mind? Or maybe he can just move his king to h1. Knight, and he can just give up the bishop for the knight. And if I take the bishop, rook takes, bishop comes in, he can then move his rook. And he can either drop the rook right back or come right forward. Or maybe we can grab a pawn in that line. So king here, takes, bishop in. Say you go back. It looks like we can take here, but there might be some sort of move, and then we're in a pin, and then it gets a bit messy. So that's probably not really a thing. So we might take here, drop back and get the bishop back to get rid of another piece. And just take a bit of pressure off. But I think that's probably the move to counter this. Probably. Has he got a better counter blow as well? I'm just wondering if he's got a crazy move like knight here. Knight here just attacks the bishop. The bishop's not guarded. Gain a bishop, that's what he's done. So gain a bishop, lose a bishop. Gain a rook, lose a knight. So his knight takes a move now because we attack the rook. If I take and he takes the rook, then my bishop can take this rook. And we're still threatening to pin this one. So knight takes must be my candidate move. Bishop back would really be the only other playable move here. Then he can still move and he's alright. So I think that's my only real move. But has he got a knockout blow? If he takes here, I think I take this rook and then I come in here. Yeah, I think that's my only move. I think I take... Now queen here could be a potential problem. So I think I have to actually come back. If I gain the rook, lose a pawn, then shuffle. Is it that bad? There is a pawn potential here. Not right now because he's covered it, but gain a rook, lose a pawn, shuffle. It's too dangerous, and it looks too dangerous. So maybe just bishop back then. Yeah, I think I have to play bishop back. He's done well there. This is a problem with having the rook here instead of the knight, but again, the knight covers this square if he gets the queen and bishop the other way. So the time's back to level. There's a pressure on the pawn, but again, it could be a poison pawn. He just moves out the way and he opens the files up. And he's just marched on, so he's happy to trade that bishop off. That's got to be right for us to trade the bishop, but I do have bishop here maybe. But I can't let him take, can I? So again, if I take, he's got this same idea. So what if I play bishop here then? If he takes me, I take, he still takes here. If he takes me, I can take with a pawn though, and that looks fine. So gain a bishop, lose a pawn. It's the same concept. So I think I need queen here or here. But does it matter? I'm going to go here. I don't know. If he takes, I might go with a pawn instead of that. I could go with the knight now, because this is protected, but if I go with the pawn, I get a nice solid clump around the king, but then the king is a bit boxed. But it would open the file for my rook once I jump the knight around, potentially. The knight's your instinctive move. The knight's the move you want to go with. But the pawn, you got to consider it. But the pawn's kind of half blockading this pawn here. So if I go with the knight, but then I have to keep this under guard, that looks hard to do. If I do this, I give him a passed pawn, and he's now come in. Oops. So I think I probably need to go here. Yeah, just move quickly there and get ready to trade the bishop. You'll hear me say this a lot. I'm one of those odd people. I quite like playing with bishop with knights rather than bishops. So he's put a lot of pressure on this. If I take, he can take here. Then I can take here. He can take back, but then it just feels like it's still stuck. I don't see how I defend this. Rook across, my knight's rook's under attack as well. So rook up or rook up. I guess I'll have to go here, right? Might be a mistake, it might be. My rook still guards the knight if I go with the pawn, but I'm probably going with the knight. And I'm kind of getting ready to be able to take this bishop off now and develop anywhere. But yeah, you see I'm playing a strong player here, and his rating's higher than I've ever been in chesscom rapid. So let's just see what he comes up with. Yeah, he's come forward, so I can either take here now or drop back here. Is there any benefit to dropping back here with a view to going here? But I've got the option to take, say queen takes, take the bishop and say rook or queen takes. and then develop my knight and hope I'm surviving. Bishop back is the more challenging move, and then just trade the bishop and keep this one. But it just feels dangerous to me. I'm going to take there. Okay. So I think I need to take here as well. So we'll get rid of that. But what on earth do I do with this now? A lot of pressure, a lot of pressure. Do I play knight in here to come this way around? Or knight in here to come back? I'm going to move the knight and try and bring the rook across, but it feels iffy, doesn't it? It feels a little bit loose. Like, knight here is a move, but he can kick the knight. Knight back here. Well, it doesn't even do anything, does it? Doesn't challenge his knight at all. I need to be here. So I need to try and play rook across, put pressure on this, or even do I play rook here and sack the exchange? That might be actually for the best. Yeah, I'm going to go here and try and get rid of this knight and give up the rook for the knight and pawn, and then try and get this one. So he's got rook behind, but my knight protects that. So I'm looking at just sacking here. If I can get the pawn as well and then pressure this one, an educated sack, it might be a blunder, but I don't see anything else to do, and I just didn't see that move either. I did not see that either. So that's just finished, isn't it? That is game over now. We've got knight up. I mean, maybe I can play here, but no. I've got nothing here, have I? Nothing. Here, check. King up, check. See, I've got knight over, but you can just kick it here. Yeah, it's time to move on from this one. It's time to move on from this game. Let's just move on and get it reviewed, see what it was in engine speak. I think he did rather well there.
You played some nice moves in that tough game.
He did indeed.
Let's look at a good tactical find you had.
We are lost at the end. We are lost at the end. He's just played that too well. So we both played the opening very well, and we've just been outplayed in the middle game. Let's review.
Many interesting positional games start with the queen's pawn opening. They made a solid choice and castled same side as you did. That was a critical position with only one good move.
So I had
but
to
you moved quickly and missed it.
I had to come back to e6. Okay, this is where we started to go wrong. But we actually end up a little bit better, but not much. You know, our level, not much.
There was only one good move and you found it. Your opponent had only one good move there, and they missed it. You are now able to win material through an eventual fork.
Okay, so I've missed something here. So what did we miss? Well, let's do it one at a time.
You missed a better way to win material through a tactic.
I should have played the bishop in and not worried about this. That was the way, that was when I went wrong.
A clear recapture. You had an opportunity to capture a vulnerable rook.
It was the right thing to do and not worry about this. It felt very dangerous, but it was the right thing to do. And that's where the game has now turned, and it's just basically over now.
This move might cause trouble for you.
And it did. It did.
This is the only good move. This move occupies a strong outpost while attacking your piece. They are right on target.
Indeed. So well done.